Welcome to this video on how to create a user and login for SQL Server 2019. Alright, so here we are at the SQL Server Management Studio. And to create a login, we're going to first go to the security settings, and I'm going to expand this login folder here. We're going to go ahead and create our own. To do that, we're just going to right click, click New Login. And now it pops up with a dialog box that will allow you to kind of go through the login information. And from here, we'll also be able to create a user. So I'm going to go ahead and type test user. And I'm actually going to make this a SQL Server authentication. The Windows authentication is really useful if you want to make it a per user login with their Windows credentials. But for the purposes of this video, we'll just do SQL Server authentication. I'm going to type a password. And once you do that, the next step would be to go ahead and create the server roles, or to give them certain server roles, I should say. In this one, I'm going to give them access to the sysadmin, and then we're going to go ahead and click on user mappings, and I want to make their database access to the beta. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you want, you can add a specific membership role. I do have some schemas that we've created in other videos, so you can click on that and then it will give them membership in that schema. Come over here to securables, and if you want to, you can go ahead and give them access to certain objects in SQL Server. Alright, and then just to come down here, this will essentially allow you to enable or revoke certain permissions, so you can block them or give them access to the database engine, and you can also disable or enable their login. So that's everything in the dialog box. One thing I do recommend is that you come up here when you're all done and script the login, the new login and user. So when you do that, oh whoops, looks like my passwords don't match. So I gotta type them again. Alright, let's try it again. So I'll try scripting. And now you should get a nice little script that allows you to quickly create the logins using SQL code. Okay, to actually create this, I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you can see we have our new user that just got created. And it actually just opened up the database and showed the same user for that database. So we should be good now to log into this user. So in order to log in, we're going to create a new database engine. And we're going to switch over to SQL Server authentication. And I'm going to enter the new test user and the password that was with it. Now it's going to prompt me to put a new password in because I obviously just created it, and it wants me to change the password so that the person creating the login does not actually have access to the password. So I'm going to change the password again. And now once I do that, you can see I have access to this new instance of SQL Server, and I have certain permissions that I can see within the database.